Let me make this as monosyllabic as possible. I don't much care for this crew you hired. They're... how did I describe them? I don't know. I said something rather good this morning before coffee.
A ludicrous parcel of drivelling galoots, ma'am.
There you go. Poetry.
Ha! Let's see if we can re-go back. I love that clip from Treasure Planet because it's just good fun, and I do love, what is it, Emma Thompson. Just she has a great way of delivering things. But anyway, good morning, and we are drinking not paint water today. What is your beverage of choice this morning? I had a giant swig of my water, of course, first thing when I wake up. And then I have my second cup of coffee. Well, it's kind of second, sort of. I didn't finish my first, and I like topped it off. And I just got my coffee brand coffee yesterday. I was watching Drunk 3PO the other day, and he was talking about his favorite flavors. And I've ordered coffee brand coffee before. And you guys know, if you're around Dreaming Tabitha quite a bit, I don't partake in the elixir that so many do. I prefer the elixir of life between water and coffee. I don't drink alcoholic beverages, but there was this bourbon like flavored coffee that a lot of people recommended. And I thought, I love trying new coffees, different tastes and stuff. So I actually a while ago ordered the bourbon coffee, and because it's not alcoholic, it's just like the flavor of it. And it was so good. One of my personal favorites. And so I decided to order it again. And then I actually got the blueberry cobbler coffee. Do you guys enjoy flavored coffees? Because I kind of do. But like, if I really want a good cup of coffee, I don't mess with the flavors. But sometimes I do, because I enjoy drinking coffee like a fun beverage. This totally sounds like a commercial for Drunk 3PO. This is not what I'm trying to do. It just turned out that way. I just talked about coffee. But I got blueberry cobbler coffee, and I tried that yesterday. And I was a little on the fence about it because I smelled it. And you know how it is that sometimes when things are flavored, they kind of have this like artificial smell to it. Didn't really have that, right? But I think because it was coffee and blueberries, it was like my mind was like, and but I tried it, and it was good. Like, but it was like a fun drink. It's not something that I would want to drink all of the time. It's definitely not a drink that I would want to wake up to in the morning. But I like to have a cup of coffee in the afternoon. Kind of like a midday snack. Like I'll typically, like my mom and I were like this. I blame my mother, which we're going to be coloring my mom today. We're going to continue that journey because, well, I'll go into all that later. But I like to have like a little little treat with a cup of coffee. And so sometimes if I'm not having the treat, the coffee is the treat. So blueberry cobbler coffee. Who would have thought? Like I said, I wouldn't want to drink cups and cups of it, but it's really fun. It's kind of like going to Starbucks and you get one of these flavored beverages, and it's mighty tasty. I like it. I like it a lot. I got coffee from Universal last year that smelled really good. It was during Halloween Horror Nights, and it was during that time of the month. Like I wasn't at Halloween Horror Nights getting coffee, but like they had all their Halloween stuff, all their creepy stuff out. And they had coffee that was like weird flavors. And I forget what this one was called, something horrific, but it was like whiskey and toffee or something like that. Now, again, I don't have any experience drinking alcoholic beverages, but like whiskey. I have never had whiskey. It does in the Westerns, it doesn't look good. Like in the Westerns, it looks like it makes everybody's throat burn. I don't know. I just never. But anyway, I tried it and it was horrible. The entire day, this was not coffee brand coffee. This was Universal brand coffee, or not brand, but like something they promoted. And the entire day, like it smelled so good, guys. It smelled so good. And when that coffee steam smell and everything, it was so good. I drank it, and oh my gosh, it tasted like old leather. And that taste never left my actually the back of my throat. It wasn't even so much on my tongue. It was like it stayed in my mouth the entire day, and nothing I ate or drank got rid of it. It was so awful. I spent freaking $20 on a bag of coffee that I never drank or used again. I never drank it again. So, anyway, sometimes it's good to stick with what you know. Sometimes it's fun to branch out. And you just never know. You know what? I have a story now with the coffee. I would be willing to try other coffees that went on. But anyway, so I'm just drinking like regular coffee this morning. How's the chat? I see Grape over there on Kick. I don't drink coffee. I don't like the taste. Best part of waking up is blueberry cobbler in your cup. I mean, why not? Why not? Deranged Lunatic was here first, giving us everything. The rocks, 50 rocks, Carl's lurking, creeping trolls, smurging, top 10, top 20, nervous, top 5, splat, oh no, the elixir, treasure, paintbrush, and the book. I know. So guys, we'll have to have a chat. We'll have to have a chat. Jonathan Reyes is saying, good morning. God is good. Indigo Shark. Happy Friday. Good morning, Stephen TV over here. Did I sleep well? Like a rock. I had a weird dream. I always have weird dreams. Well, I usually have weird dreams. It was just, I don't know. I don't remember all of it. I just remember having a conversation with my dad about Easter, because he wrote like a paper or something about that. And I don't know, it was weird conversation. Juliet says, good afternoon, Dreaming Tabitha and chat. Good afternoon. Logical Spark. Hey there. Good morning. And then, yeah, I know. Thank you for letting me know. I was muted. You're percolating some coffee right now as we speak. Has anybody ever done like the French press? The only time I've ever done French press coffee was like when the power went out. You know, you always have weird dreams, either about Keanu Reeves or Adele. That was the first time I'd ever had a dream about Keanu Reeves and Adele, right? Seriously, I've never in my life had a dream about those two, except for that one time. And it was a great dream. You take your coffee unadulterated. Yeah. What was the brand of the bourbon coffee? Coffee Brand Coffee. I know it's not really the most creative name. Coffee Brand Coffee. Now, again, this is not necessarily meant to be a plug for Drunk 3PO, but I do love me a discount. So if you use Drunk 3PO, Drunk 3PO 20 is his discount for 9 line. Drunk 3PO, I believe, is the discount for Coffee Brand Coffee. Try both of them, see which one works. Obviously, I used it because your gal loves a discount. And, you know, if you're going to be paying the big bucks for stuff, heck yeah, let's get a discount. Jay, the elite fan. Good morning. Let me see. Hey, Mars Monkey Max. Hello there. I know we're supposed to get into drawing. How was the National Day of Prayer? I didn't realize that happened. When was that? I will be honest with you. It's not a day that I necessarily, that's on my radar, that I observe, that I keep up with. I had no idea that I knew that there was a day of prayer, but not to sound like super spiritual or uber religious. It's just like I pray every day. So I didn't realize that there was, now I'm not against it. It just wasn't something that was on my, it was yesterday. Well, I guess it was great. It's Nomi without you saying good morning, loud noises like our dear friend Mando. I know we got to get back to gaming. Let me bring up my mom. Oh, let me switch this out. Here we go. I switched out the layout so that way it's more like I'm looking at this. So here we are. I will have to apologize. I got very frustrated the last time that we were here and I was coloring this and I did not like the purple and I still don't, but I got really frustrated. I got pretty upset. I text Nomi. I'm like, I am frustrated. But we're going to see what happens. We're going to have to use our own terminologies and slogans and whatever, for ourselves and trust the process and see if we can make it work. By the way, I might still have some camera issues from time to time. My computer's still figuring out change. None of us are really good with change. So far doing okay, but behind the scenes while the intro was still playing, I was having some issues. So we'll see how it goes. If not, you'll just get the nice lovely avatar, but here we are. We're gonna give it a try. You have 1 hour until I go live myself. What are we doing? See, look at that. Nomi, look what you did. It's probably my fault. And then it gets rid of my other camera. I shouldn't have messed with the settings. I shouldn't have messed with perfection. You left your poor mom in the limbo. Yeah, I did. I've had the blueberry cobbler coffee as well. What did you think, Stephen TV? What did you think? Like I said, I don't think it's a coffee that I want to drink all of the time, but like every now and then when I'm in the mood and maybe put some like whipped cream on it, I think it would be a delectable delight. If I may say, you look lovely this morning. Thank you. I got new lip liner. It does make a huge difference. And I'm freshly showered, which is why my hair is kind of crazy this morning. Curls are unpredictable. It was okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I won't say it was the best I'd ever had as far as coffee goes. I think it's one of these coffees that you have to have fun with and treat. Like I said, put some whipped cream on it, maybe sprinkle some cookie crumbs on the top. Like I think that's the kind of coffee that the blueberry cobbler is. You don't have to do all the frills and thrills with the bourbon coffee. And I haven't tried that. They had a strawberries and cream one, and I was like, but I might in the future try it. But well, what I'm doing, says Nomi, is getting ready. Is a get ready with me. Oh crap, son of the fathers. Okay. Every time I read Nomi stuff, my stuff crashes. I'm not sure what that is. What happened? I know you guys have given me advice where I have to like take off the other things. I don't know how to do that. I don't even know how I put them on there. You're doing a Get Ready With Me Bridesmaid edition. Excellent. Well, I'll try not to go too long. All right, you know what? Let's get started. So I started off with a base layer of skin, and I'm going to go in again. And there's no music today because I thought, surprisingly, that might help me focus a little more. So I've already used this color, like I said, as the base, and then I go over it again so it gets just slightly darker before I move on. But yeah, okay. So I was saying earlier, we're going to have to, by the way, I'm halfway through Oblivion Remount. How is it, Rogi? I didn't get it. I still haven't gotten it. I think it was Joe Mama, Joe Rosie was saying that the whole pronoun thing is not really that big of a deal. Like you still end up being male or female, something like this. But then when they did the body type thing, that they don't have you choose male or female, but you still end up being male or female. I don't know. I don't understand. Why mess with it? It's what we're all saying. But I still haven't gotten it. I know I need to do a Skyrim stream. I need to have like a Skyrim coffee stream and just explore the world and get back into it. I need to get back with my sister-in-law and play that, but life. But guys, real talk. I have been in a weird place and trying new things with the channel, and I don't mind that. But I don't know what happened, but I realized that I got backlogged on commission pieces. So I'm supposed to do like this avatar for someone that they've already paid me for, and I'm going to have to I appreciate their patience. Like that's not normally how I roll. Like when you hire me, I get that thing done as quickly as possible, but efficiently. Like I take my time, but I go quick. I know if that makes any sense. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have 2 commission pieces that I need to finish. I mean, they told me that it was no rush, so I appreciate that. But I think because I didn't have a time frame that which normally I have one, but for these ones, they were a little bit more lenient, and I got busy with other stuff that was like, "Oh my gosh," and so I think that realization because I had a couple of other people reach out to me for commissions, and I realized I am not I haven't finished my other commissions. So I need to get that taken care of. So that being said, it's like my YouTube channel, I haven't been live quite as much and trying to figure different things out. I'm trying to get other stuff accomplished that is no offense to you all because of course, being here, hanging out, having great conversations is super important, but I need to reprioritize my priorities and realizing that like, I'm not going anywhere with as far as, like, I have commissions I have to fulfill. And, oh my goodness, hello, everybody. Welcome in. I see King's Advisor over here, guys. You know what? He gifted 10. You guys, did I have a 10? I do. You guys know what that means. Stomp, stomp, roar, roar. Let's dance like dinosaurs. Stomp, stomp, roar, roar. Thank you, Kings, because we haven't seen the dinosaur smacking the waiter in quite a bit. Thank you. I heard through another person's stream this morning that you have a new YouTube channel, a LawTube channel coming out, and that should be fantastic. Risk it for the biscuits says, good morning, dreamers. Fantastic, sarcastic. I'm late. Jay went long today. Some people need to stick to their schedules. I can't decide. Hello, everyone. Oh, Oblivion, you think it's really good? Okay, I might have to buy. I was gonna say I might have to bite the biscuit. I just saw Risket's name. Like I might just have to bite the bullet. I play it with my sound bar so you can tell the difference. Okay, I don't have that one. Well, you can go to in my link tree, I have my artistry page. You can see what it is that I offer and rates and stuff. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at dreamingtabitha@gmail.com. Do you do concept art? I'm primarily a chibi artist. I don't have the skills yet. If you follow my channel, you'll see that I've been working on broadening. And maybe if you saw like the Achromatic Chronicle series release with Ripasend, where they had the shirts and stuff like that, I did the artwork for that. And it was not chibi style. It was more, I don't know what you call it, regular style. They looked more like regular people. I did those, but that was kind of a practice thing that turned out exceptionally well, but that's not really within my wheelhouse. So hiring me is pretty much for Chibis. So just throwing that out there. I had thought about, I'm doing some research into that, like what it takes to be a concept artist, because I do love coming up with concepts and like creating and doing whatever. So discount code for what? I don't understand. Natalie got gifted a membership. Over here, let's see. One day somebody made a comment to Tugs about you looking attractive. Tugs commented that yes, God has definitely been well, I have really good genes. Like you guys should see my grandmother. Okay. But I wonder if it's just, I don't know, like obviously it's subjective or whatever like that. Everybody's level of attractiveness or whatever the case might be. But I drink a lot of water. Maybe that's what it is, Oh, Sons of the Pharaoh. Looks like your camera was unplugged. We have got to figure this out because this is radical nonsense. Radical nonsense. It's unacceptable. It's because I read Nomi's thing again because she said listening to you. Oh my word. We're gonna have a conniption fit. And I haven't had one of those in a really long time. I haven't had a conniption in a long time. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you, Rizkin. I haven't colored in that in a little while. It was a lot of fun. You're always available for tech support. Yeah. God broke the mold. I don't even know what that really means, but it sounds like a compliment, so thank you. Oh my word. See, how am I supposed to concentrate on my artwork if I'm all right, we're gonna have to get that figured out before the next stream. I can't go long today, guys. I appreciate you being here. I can't go too long today because, like I said, I'm behind on my commission pieces. I've got other things that I need to be doing, but my mom asked me to do this picture like a year ago. And so this is one of the things that I'm trying to keep like get up to speed with. So, all right, we got our first layer of color, nice, happy, shiny, just a tiny, tiny bit of shadowing, which is not much, but I'm going to put, oh, what happened? Oh my gosh. What even is that? What is going through the middle of my mom's arm and face? What is happening? We are about, was it my nails? Oh my word. What is this? What is this? You guys can't see it, maybe, but there are two pale streaks of red going through my character from here to here. um, I don't have a red marker in my hand. I did my nails, but they're dry. Otherwise, I should be seeing a streak. And when did I do this? Did I do that? What's happening here? Oh my word. Okay. We aren't going to panic because worst case scenario, I have to digitally redraw this and then recolor it. But it's not terrible. I think when we start enhancing the colors, we can maybe get away with it. All right, here we go. But yeah, I have so much work that I need to do, and streaming it, because it's for somebody else. Some of the commissions that I don't want to necessarily do those live, so that takes up my time. But then it's like you get exhausted from drawing and coloring and stuff like that. So then you don't want to go and I haven't gamed in a while. I blame Nomi for that too, even though I could be gaming with like Joe or Mando or Sevi. It's not like I don't have friends that I can't do it with, or I could just do it by myself. But for some reason, Tabitha loves to travel in a pack, even though she loves her solitude. I am a strange creature. We don't know. We can't. Only God understands me and my mom and my best friend and my mom's dogs. So, you love the hair, my hair or my mom's hair? I think the hair turned out really pretty. That's why I was so upset when I put the bold purple in there. So what I might have to do is rescue this with coloring pencils. If I can soften the purple, Tabitha will be much happier in life in so many different ways. It's Joker's voice saying, "Hi, Tabitha." Hello there, Joker. How you been? How is life treating you? Are you on the right track to somewhere? I don't really know what that means, but just hope you're doing well. Never stop talking. Isn't that what your slogan is? Keep talking. We did, if you guys don't know Joker's voice, he talks pop culture, wrestling, if I'm not mistaken. And we did an art stream together, taught him how to paint. Man, that was one of the most difficult. I think I put too much on the table. And there was just too much going on, but we did it. We did a splice of Harley Quinn and Joker's face with like bats everywhere. Like it turned out really cool, but I was sweating bullets a little. I'm like, I think we bit off more than we could chew. Rizkit says, I got cleared from my doctor to begin using my arm again after shoulder surgery 2 weeks ago. Looking forward to getting into some games this weekend. Excellent. That is such great news, Rizkit. You guys, if you don't know Rizkit for the Biscuit, he's a wonderful individual, a scholar, and a gentleman. We always have great talks when we meet up in person. And he's got some really great stories, really, really great stories. And so I'm glad to hear that you're recovering nicely. And that's wonderful because you got to get back to it. Keep yapping. What a terrible thing to say to a woman. Keep yapping? Oh, because of the keep talking? Oh, okay. No, Joker, he brings awareness to, speech impediments, if I'm not mistaken, and so that's part of, like, his slogan mantra thing where, keep talking, don't let your speech impediment keep you from having a voice. I think that is that correct, Joker? That's, like, the main idea? Life is doing well, he says, as well as Bex did. And pro wrestling never stops and keeps me busy. I am loving the chibi style. Maybe we can do some wrestler chibis. Oh my goodness, wrestlers. I'm going to take a gamble right now. I'm going to take a risk and I'm going to look over at Kick and I'm going to read Nomi's message. If something happens to the camera, we all know what happened. Sorry for friends getting married and making me a bridesmaid and everything. Well, you could have said no. You didn't have to say yes. Have to go, about to get ready for the wedding. Okay. Yeah, well, like I said, I can't go long. I can always host over to Madam Nomi's channel. Friends helping friends. We're going over this with another layer of the same color just to have a little bit at a time for the shadowing. That's one reason why everything takes so much time and got to go slow because of the fact that it's just layer upon layer, literally even of the same color. At least when it comes to Tabitha's style of artwork. Maybe other people, if they're doing like cell shading, it's very different. And R2, your conniptions are the politest. Okay, you don't see me when the camera's off, R2. I mean, I try to be the same person, but come on, we all know that like when we have our bad moments, we are just like, what the flippity doodah day, blah blah blah. Yeah, I haven't had a conniption in a long time. Cena sucks. Oh, I don't know anything about wrestling. I don't know anything about wrestling. Don't come here for that kind of information. As someone that's still recovering from stroke, the speech is improving. There's still a smidgen of asphyxia. Yeah, well, okay. Well, hey, progress is still slow. What is it? My brother used to say slow progress or little progress is still progress. That is your mom. That is so adorable. Thank you. Yeah, so she's going to have glasses on. And you guys can't tell because I erased the lines pretty good. You see a little bit of blue, but she's got a glue gun in one hand. She's got a pencil and a paintbrush in the other hand. There's this desk here. It's got a piece of paper that I have not figured out what to put on there. And then there's a bush. There's a bowl of some roses. My mom used to be into potpourri, but she's also big into the flowers and stuff. I probably should have just put a plant. I was trying to figure out what to put on her desk because she does a lot. There's a cup of markers and pencils and stuff like that over here. There's an easel back here. Over here we have, more pencils, scissors, snippity snip snip. There's a card here because my mom makes amazing cards. She hand makes the cards, like greeting cards and get well cards and stuff like that. Literally everything is from scratch. She cuts everything out. She glues everything together. She puts all the baubles on it. She's gotten really good at getting into 3-dimensional greeting cards. Amazing. And then she makes shaker cards. So like if you shake it, the pictures inside kind of move and dance and stuff. And then a cup of coffee, of course. And it's a weird cup of coffee with a mug of coffee with a face on it because my mom likes weird things. And then I've got a picture frame because, of course, she has pictures of people in her life. And then balloons. My mom loves balloons. Specifically, she likes the shaped balloons. Last time I was there, I got her a dragonfly balloon, like a really big dragonfly balloon. And she just really loves those things. We got her a seahorse at one point, and she keeps all of them. But I didn't want to, I am not really good at like actually coloring balloons. So I just went with standard balloons. I don't think I could make a dragonfly balloon and make it believable as a balloon. So we just went with basic. She still needs a chocolate Garfield somewhere. Wow, Steven doesn't forget. Yeah, but that's not who my mom is. That's more of like if I would do a picture with all the traumatic things about my life in the background. Just sneak a Garfield one there. One day, you'll see, one day, chocolate Garfields are gonna come back around on Easter time. It's gonna happen one day, I can only hope. That way my mom can make good on her promise. If you don't know the lore of Tabitha, that story will not make sense, or that conversation will not make sense. Um, Tabitha, you're a very good artist, by the way. Thank you. I try. I really try. I push myself and I expect much of myself as a self-taught artist, but, I've also learned to grow. I've also learned that I don't know everything and that sometimes you have to break free and sometimes you have to make mistakes. Like things could be going really well and you just gotta sons of the Pharaoh. You just have to make mistakes and be willing to learn from them, kind of like what's happening right now with my camera. Well, see, we might just have to do I know you guys love seeing my face. Maybe I wonder if it would make it easier if I'm just this. I know that sucks. I know that sucks, but it is what it is. Are you going to Dallas Fan Expo? Not that I know of. I would like to, but I don't know that that's in the cards for me, Risk It, which sucks because it's nice to see everybody, but um life things are happening, you know. Does my mom have a green thumb? Yes, and she got that from my grandfather, her father, who has an amazing green thumb. Europeans, you know, they're pretty great with the gardens. Um, Psychotic Mongoose. Hello, hello. Welcome in, friend. You could just buy a Garfield chocolate mold and always bring your own when you go. Okay, fantastic. Do you even know the story? Okay, don't be coming in here commenting about how I could if you don't even know what we're talking about. Like you don't know. You can't just I can't okay, if I make my own chocolate Garfield, it totally defeats the purpose. Never gonna happen. I'm not gonna do it. I deserve my own chocolate Garfield given to me by my mother. I deserve it. Promises were made. Promises need to be kept. Oh, so even if my camera's off, this still struggles. Yeah, okay. I know this really sucks and I appreciate all of your patience, everyone. Not a computer person, so it doesn't really matter if my camera's on or off. So I have to see how I can disconnect those other cameras. I don't actually know how to do that because when I go into my camera settings on the computer, it doesn't have the other ones listed. Like they're not listed, they're disabled. So here on StreamYard, I guess the previous cameras that I used to have, they're still there. I don't know how. Fantastic. Here's your moment for tech support. I don't actually know how to get rid of the listed cameras that are on StreamYard because when I go into my settings and I go to the cameras, there's about 5 different cameras for some reason because I have not had that many cameras. There are about 5 different cameras listed and it doesn't give me the option to dismiss any of them. So there's that. Could it be that because my new camera is plugged in that I have it in the wrong port, even though that technically it's working? Do you guys think that maybe it's in the wrong port and I need to try a different one? Maybe that's what it is. That the information is being confused with the other zillion things that are plugged into my computer. I don't know, but this is nonsense and we don't deal like that. Am I going to be able to have this done before Mother's Day? I have no idea. This isn't a Mother's Day present. This is a gift for my mom asking me to make it and it will get done when it gets done, hopefully soon. But yeah. Hey, old poet Jerry, how are you? Hey, how are you? Lady Marine says good morning, everyone. It's part of his charming character. There you go. There you go. Okay, you know the lore. Then why would you suggest such a ridiculous thing? Huh? 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 If you know, why would you even suggest it? Terrible. Terrible. Let me see. Hey, it's Horror with Nods. It's Nadia. Hello. How was it last night, right? You were doing a stream. You talk a lot about the scary things, Nadia. Sometimes I pop in and I say hello, but Some things are just too much for dear old Tabitha to handle. Um, I was gonna reach out to you though about a video idea. So I just need to do that. I'm just backlogged on so many different things, but it's right up your alley though. It had to do like you are the one I think that told me first about cryptids. Is that what they're called? Cryptids? I don't know why they're called cryptids. That sounds like an insect or something like that. Should I cover Are You Afraid of the Dark series? Okay, that scared me so much as a child. Nadia, okay, here we go. I wasn't allowed to watch that series because my parents were wise enough to know that Tabitha couldn't handle it because she was so sensitive as a child. Okay. I snuck in an episode. That's right, because I'm a rebel. I know you guys don't believe it, but I know you guys don't believe it, but it's true. Yeah, thank you. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Okay. Anyway, I snuck in an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? And it was, I think it was like near the end, because this was on TV. We didn't rewind. We didn't get to scroll back to the beginning. Okay. Right. So Are You Afraid of the Dark? I get to put it on. It's about halfway through or more than halfway through. I'm getting near the end. And all I remember was they were trying to, like, I guess, rescue a girl or something. All I remember was this one kid was walking through a room, sees someone that they recognize. They're like, oh, finally, they're so relieved that they finally found the person, I guess, that they were looking for. And it was this young girl, and she's like in this room facing a window, and the guy's like, and she's not responding to him calling her name. This already sounds terrible. Oh, was it Goosebumps? No, I'm pretty sure it was Are You Afraid of the Dark? Pretty sure that's what it was. And I wasn't allowed to read Goosebumps either. So, by the way. So anyway, this guy is trying to reach out and talk to her, and she's not responding. And then the music starts, and the camera work, everything that you need to make this kind of dark and gloomy and intense. And he, of course, reaches out with the one hand and starts walking forward to tap her on the arm or on the shoulder. And when I can't remember if she turned around or if he finally walked around her, and when the camera panned around to this girl, she was completely faceless. I want to say that she basically had like the mask of like a faceless muslin doll, like canvas. Like it was just a canvas doll face with no features. It was completely flat. There were no nose features. There were no eye sockets. It was just completely flat canvas face. And that's, if I'm not mistaken, like how the episode, okay, that fear that comes when like that cold, tingly feeling, that sensation that like covers your neck, your shoulders, and everything like that. That's all it took. Freaked the living snot out of me. Never watched that show again. And she knows what I'm talking about. Look at that. She knows exactly what I'm talking about. So it's a no for me. It's gonna be a no. But I thought it would be fun. Here's my idea, just to share it out with the rest of the world. I thought it would be really fun, since Nadia is the expert on horror things. By the way, check out her channel if you enjoy horrific content. She's not like she just sits around painting herself with blood, guys. Like she talks about horror, like movies, and I think you play games and stuff like that. So, but anyway, my idea was that as you can tell, I'm really not well versed in scary things. It's not my jam, but I do find it fascinating. And I thought it would be really cool if you would give me the name of like cryptids, sons of the Pharaoh. And if you gave me the name of cryptids, and I would have to try to draw them with very little information and be like, is this, maybe give me like a description as far as what they do. Here we are. So what they do, and I would then have to try to draw them. Oh my gosh, I am about to die from frustration. Anyway, Mo is here. How are you, Mo? I see you, sir. I am going to get ready to edit one of our videos that we did together, where both of us slowly but surely internally die. Yeah. You have a cryptid. Of course you do. Why wouldn't you? Oh my gosh, guys. We didn't get very far. I can't keep streaming like this. I gotta get this fixed. I got it fixed. I have a little bit of time still. Let's try to go in with a slightly darker color. So pro tip, is that the one that will force me into retirement? You know it, but don't worry. You still got a couple of months before it gets released. So there you go. I have a couple other videos in line before that one. Mothman is a cryptid. Seems pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, Nadia, let me know. Is that something that you think would be fun? Wait, is this this is a different one. So this is a slightly darker. Pro tip, always start off to the side somewhere if you're adding new colors so that you can kind of see what they're going to do. Obviously, you first want to swatch your colors to see what they look like, but then start off to the side because you never want to start in the middle of the face or something like that. And then it just like ruin everything. And then for me, what I do, because I am all about the blend, I'll put that down. Then I will have basically my blending color. You can get a colorless blender. Oh, that's not a colorless blender. You can get a colorless blender, which basically is just non-pigmented alcohol. And that will blend things. But what I prefer, my method is, oh, see, I wish they all were like this. Come on, oh, hoo-hoo. Here we go. Oh, I put that in there, I think. Yeah, I put that in there. And then just softly blend. Chupacabra is a cryptic. Well, I do kind of know what a chupacabra is. Sort of. Cryptic is short for cryptic zoology. Aren't they called cryptids? Is this the one that I had? What is this? I don't remember this one. All right, yeah, this will be my blending color. All right. It's time to go dark. The chupacabra of southern United States is an actual animal, but the chupacabra of South America is a cryptid and completely different anatomy. Fascinating. Chupacabra. Is that kind of like it's like the Wookalar, right? The Wookalars. Are Wookalars like real cryptids, or is that just from the Don Knotts film? Like, was that like made up specifically for that film? Shout out if you know which one I'm referring to. Haven't seen a good Don Knotts movie in a long minute. There we go. Connect this up here. I don't want to put her face in too much shadow. Maybe this will be the darkest that we go. But it looks nice. It's returning back to its Tabitha-ness. A little bit, a little bit. Hey, it's Chris the Geek. I'm trying not to touch buttons right now because I think my computer's flipping out. So I would highlight your comment there, Chris, but we're not going to go. Chupacabra means goat sucker in Spanish. Wow. Don't they eat children or something like that? I mean, like any good evil bedtime story character does. Here we go. Just a nice flick of the wrist. Thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you hit the like button. Yeah, Louisiana has to also be the skunk ape. Tabsa, would you be so proud of me right now? I'm an hour early to my hair and makeup appointment. Wow. I wish you could just, okay. Nomi has placed me in the valley of decision. Do I respond with enthusiastic approval or with sarcastic slapback? Hmm. Both? Both? Good for you. I love the progress you're making. I'm very proud of you. Now, if you could only assert that in the rest of the areas of your life, like when we're playing couples therapy, life would be swell. You're gonna stream at your hair appointment? That's really cool. Is that what I'm understanding? That's so cool. We have a local cryptid that was a hoax started by a lumberjack that has now become a mascot of the town. That's pretty cool. Hey, turn your nightmares into heroes, which that would be a really cool theme. No media deserves no quarter. I know, Mo. I'm a nice person, so that's why I try to schmerge the two things together. Good for you. Look at you making progress in your life. Now, if only like this is such like a southern mama backhanded compliment or form of encouragement. I was watching somebody on Instagram. I forget what his name is. Um, darn it, I've been following him for a couple of years, but he just accurately he's from the South, and I've spent so much time in the South now, so it's just like, but he so accurately describes the Southern lifestyle and how to decipher certain things. Like, did you guys know that there's a difference between y'all and all y'all? You know, there's a huge difference when you use those two. Um, if you don't know what the difference is, well, then you ain't Southern. By the way, the Don Knotts film that the Wookalar is called Private Eyes. Yes, that's such a great film. Private Eyes. All right, come on. Okay, all right. She coming along. I like this. It's very soft. I just hate that line that I did, but we'll fix it. I think the other thing is too is like I don't really have any blue on her arms, and now I might have to incorporate that somehow. Let's go soft. Let's just, you know what? We're just going for it. Worst case scenario, I just have to redo this like with digital artwork. Here we go. Nope, that's too soft. Those are rookie numbers. We got to bump them up. I like Mo that he knows my struggle. Is that from the GCA? Is that where this bitterness comes from? I think this is a different blue, but that's also because I didn't pre. We're going for it. You know what? We're going for it. We're just gonna see where the tide takes us. Indeed. Shakiest gun in the West. That was good too. The Incredible Mr. Limpet. I can't say that I have very fond memories of that one. Not that it was a bad one. It just like that one didn't speak to me quite as well as the other ones. Here we go. Let's see if we can fix my mom's eyebrows here. Nomi didn't answer though. Are you going to be streaming from the boutique? Because that's pretty cool. A very day in the life. Well, not really day in the life. It's not Nomi's regular everyday activity, but like a real cool, literal, in real life kind of stream, which is fabulous. Okay. So her eyebrows are kind of orange. I would have to maybe include that in the hair somewhere. Which that's a really great color. We shouldn't mess with the hair too much because we do like the way the hair is, but if I incorporate it a little bit, maybe, I don't know. You gotta be willing to grow, There's no growth without mistakes. I told that to someone one time where it's like the day you stop making mistakes is the day that we all get worried because that means that you're giving up. If you don't make mistakes, you're not trying. And, I have to remember that. All the time, I have to remember that. Fantastic. You didn't give me any tech support, did you? At all. Disappointed. By the way, we had Eric Greta Dinosaur on our show last Wednesday. He gave us his journey as an artist, and wow, I know. He has shared that story with me. It's incredible. He is definitely someone to admire. That is for sure. He's something else. I've shared his story with a lot of people. And by a lot, I mean like 5 people that are important to me. 5 people who would care. Okay, we can always fix these eyebrows a little bit in post-production as far as with some coloring pencils. You know, I have stepped away a little bit from digital media. Not that I don't like it, but there's just something Mo talked about this one time where it's like just coming back to pen and paper. I said, recommended you try Firefox. How is that going to fix my camera problem? I need you to elaborate. Eric's story is very inspirational. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Especially, I say especially, not to anybody, of course. See, look at this. Um, I don't want to say like especially to people like me because it could be to anybody. But just, obviously as an artist and it's like what's my excuse, And then when he says that God allowed him to be a better artist even after his situation, it's like, "Oh my gosh," It's fantastic. Yeah, we're just going for it. Oh, I think this is the pen that messed up my other I have some fan art coming, by the way. I wanted to do a stream with that, but like I said, I got backlogged, so I did it. If you follow the Geeky Crochet Maria, you can see the progress that I made on the Golden Patriot, making a chibi of the Golden Patriot because I thought his outfit looked super duper cool. Like it's very interesting, very unique, very demure, very mindful. Um, and so that's going to be coming along here soon as well. One of the many things that I'm working on, because the fun don't stop, Camera went off. I know. StreamYard says a known bug, but using that might help. Blind troubleshooting is pretty much just a Google search. Okay. Literally hears you and it's like, no, go back, foul beast, from whence you came. Yeah. So it's really weird how it does that. Really weird. Yeah, I can't like right click on these other ones. If I right click on it, it just converts them. We're gonna get it figured out, guys. I know this is super annoying. I'm sorry. Can you imagine how I feel? It's embarrassing. Yeah, all excuses are off the table. He is a jovial and kind soul, despite any roadblocks perceived by us. Yeah, and when talking with Eric, and the thing is, it's like the steps that he took. It's not just like his personality. No, there's no X on them. There's no way to get rid of them from the particular settings tab. But like just the steps that he's taken to become better is like a drastic life change. It's not like he was just sitting around and then God was suddenly like, hey, blah, blah, blah. It's more of like he took steps to make himself better. And he even told me, he's like, I believe that if I keep going the way that I'm going, I could get full use of my hands again. And I'm like, that's wonderful. Like you have to believe. Like, what is it in the Lego movie? I know it sounds like a cat poster, but you gotta believe. What is it? Almost like someone should do a show disputing the differences between streaming platforms. Hint, hint, Mo. Kick, thanks for the follow. Triple trouble 10. Boy, that sounds scary. We're well on our way to 400 followers over there on Kick. There's supposed to be a bunch of YouTubers getting together this weekend in Tennessee. Too bad you couldn't have been one of them. I have no idea what's happening in Tennessee. Grape? Have no idea. Oh my goodness. So yeah, this is like so many different little art styles that are combined into one character. It's really throwing me off. Really, really throwing me off. Okay. Is this the next color that we're doing? We're going to give it a try. I said I didn't want to make her in the dark too much, but we got to punch it up a little bit. Why, you ask? Because that's just what we're doing, trust the process, trust your instincts. My mom used to have yellow glasses. I wonder if we should go with that. That was a long time ago. She does like her funky glasses. Tabitha, I'm doing a weekly series at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time on Thursday where I review StreamYard alternatives and I pay for the service to see if it's... Oh, okay. Where, Mo? Forgive me. I didn't know you had a channel. Okay. Sorry to have missed the first one live, Mo. I was hanging at locals. Can you DM me over on the Twix? I would love to know more information. StreamYards is really great in many ways, but there are definitely different areas that they could improve upon. I say this literally every time I end an art party, and having because you never know exactly when the stream will end. You play your little video and you don't want it to be awkwardly everybody up, so you have to individually click everybody to go behind the scenes and then individually bring everybody back up. It's like, couldn't they just have a button that puts everybody down and have a button puts everybody up, like StreamYards? How is this not something that you've thought about as many years as you've been around? It's on your personal channel. Well, shoot me the thing. It's not worth the price, though. Way too expensive. It is, yeah. But I'd be interested. Hey, it's Jonas J. Campbell. Is that Mo Zamboni from the GCA? The one and only. Okay. How is everybody? How is all the new folk in? Have a mod drop the link. I don't know who all is modded here on my YouTube. I need to look into that as well to see who gets the golden wrench. Golden onion. She's coming along, though. I like this. I think that the face, if I pay as much detail with like the highlights and the shadows and try to copy it a little bit. What is the 40s food box art? I don't understand what that means, Conroy. Then it will at least blend with the fact that I have this ridiculous harsh lines that I decided to go with. I don't know. But it just... I need to darken this up. I missed her neck. How could I do that? How could I missed it? So, because I've got some Star Wars artwork that I'm going to need to work on too, because we're going to be having a video dropping next week. Of course we are. And my Cinderella video just took off for some reason. And, oh my girl, it's time to see a dinosaur. Jonas J. Campbell dropping a $9.99. The two angels here is giving me Swedish chef vibes. Not a problem, just a straight thought. Okay. She's supposed to be an artist. It will come to pass. She has a glue gun in one hand and she's got a pencil and a paintbrush in the other, and there's a bunch of art supplies. I guess she could kind of look like a chef. Oh my gosh. This is my mom, by the way, so be nice, people. Not that Jonas was being ugly, but but only when you're talking with your hands. Sent you the link for my channel last night's review. Okay, cool. I'm giving Swedish chef. Why? Because of my hands like this, or I'm not hurting. That's how I cuss, is in the Swedish chef. Any fun plans this weekend? I think I'm gonna go to a park tomorrow, but I've got a lot of artwork that I need to do, and I'm trying to find new ways to... I was talking about this on... See, this is my plan for the weekend, okay? This is my plan. See, It right now states that the camera is on my new camera, like the option. It didn't switch. It just basically turned off the camera. I don't know why. I don't know why it turned off my camera. I don't know why. I don't know why. And then it turned it off again. See? And then it switches all these things over. This is where the fun begins. Exactly. This is the freaking bork of my situation. You know what? You liked my Cinderella video? Thank you. I'm gonna have to. Hey, Julak. Good morning. I'm gonna have to look into this because I can't stand this, and I can't. I can't handle. I got a brand new camera that I think looks nicer. I mean, if not, I'll just have to go back to my old one. I mean, it wasn't like a problem. I just thought it would be fun to be able to upgrade. But if this is going to be, it's a problem. We can't handle that. We can't do that. I'll have to look into what everybody suggested because this is a problem. I can't even concentrate on my art. See, it's taking me out of the zone. When an artist gets out of the zone, everything is drudgery. So I think the next thing I will do is her eyes. I think her skin is in a healthy, happy way, but we're going to keep these colors nearby in case we need them. My mom's eyes, like mine, are brown, although mine have a little bit more greenish, like especially in the sun, mine have a little more greenish color to them. They're brown, but I like to notice the fact that I have slightly more green tones in my brown eyes. I always wanted different colored eyes. Instead, I got brown. Brown hair, brown eyes, brown feelings. Incorrigible. Yeah. Whenever the Swedish chef gets brought up, the bit where he makes poutine and has a heart attack starts playing. I don't know this reference. I can't. That sounds devastating. They had a Muppet with a heart attack? That's horrible. True. I was nowhere near the zone with my first Bob Ross movie. Okay. Yeah. None of us were, Jonas. Or not Jonas. Mo. None of us were. No excuses, because none of us were. You have steel blue eyes, Michelle, like how you know the different colors in her eyes when you did her. Yeah, exactly. She sent me a picture when I was doing the Chibis. She sent me a picture and I picked up right away. I'm like, do you have slightly different colored eyes? And she's like, I do. She's like, let me send you a better picture. And it was just like right there. She's, what? Did I just call him? Call who? Jesus? I did not. Maybe I should. I think my mom's eyes are a little bit more on the reddish yellow, side of brown. Mo just stole my identity. He did. It happens. Identity's not theft's not a joke, Jim. All right. No. Now we need. Here we go. This is where we concentrate. Shh. We have to do these little itty bitty tiny. I don't know if you can see. I'm afraid to mess with the camera. Whoops. See these itty bitty 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 tiny spaces that I have to make. I am Jonas. All right. These itty bitty, like literally the size of an ant marks that I have to make. Gotta hold. See, people don't realize, like, just making these little tiny little marks. My whole back is like locked up, like tight, because I can't. I can't move. I can't allow the tiniest movement. So, like, that's why artists are, like, exhausted. It might seem like it's not much, but I've talked about this before. It's like my whole arm, like, when I do this, everything is locked into place, except for the fact that my fingers have to remain smooth. But, like, everything else, like my elbow, my shoulder, my back, my core, everything is locked into place, yet my fingers and my wrist kinda have to remain a little bit loose. It's really amazing how the body can do that so that I can have stable strokes here. And then when you sit back, it's like you're tired. You are tired at the end of the day. I was doing so much, like, I've had moments, like, especially last year when I was doing so much art where, either I was editing, so it was with my right hand, or it was drawing, obviously, with my left hand and coloring, and, like, I developed, like, worn out muscles. Like, I was stressed out in my muscles from so much artwork that I was making. Even though my body is physically trained for this now after so many years, it's exhausting. It is exhausting. Even though I'm sitting most of the time, like, I'm exhausted at the end of the day of a lot of hard work from creating. Um, it's Maria. Hello. What, you edit with your right and you draw with your left? Well, I mean, like, when I'm on computer, I use my right hand because this is a right-handed world, okay? Like, my people are oppressed, okay? We're marginalized. Um, so yeah, I do all my, obviously, my computer editing with my right hand, and everything else I do with my left hand. So get to put, get it pretty good. But, like, after a day, like, my hand yesterday was like cramping from being around that mouse for so long. It's terrible. It's terrible. But it's for the cause. Can't stop, won't stop, you know. I just try to make sure that I take care of myself. I go for walks, I stretch a little bit, get some sunshine, some fresh air, and give myself a break. So sometimes it's like I'll read a book or I'll watch TV, and it's not necessarily because I'm being, like, lazy or whatever. It's like I physically need to rest. I'm physically worn out. Great stream last Monday. Yes, it was. Subscribe to Unlocking Lore. There's one of my moderators. There she is. It's Maria. Um, there she is. I like this color. Okay, it's kind of blending into her hair, but we're gonna significantly darken it. It's okay. Though I was dead tired yesterday. Oh, come on, Maria. Come on. It was worth it. Come on. For the cause. Okay, I have a feeling, is one eye bigger than the other? I think so. It's another thing I kind of missed about the tangible medium that, digital takes away from you. And that might sound like it's silly, but it takes away the opportunity for error and flaws because everything is so perfect, or you can have everything, what is it, asymmetrical? Is that the word? Is it symmetrical or asymmetrical? And it's like, I know that I would love for my stuff to be perfect, but in a way, if I use technology to perfect everything so that it's all perfect, mirrored exactly right and whatever, it takes away that human element, and it takes away the opportunity to learn and get better. That's just me. Not saying I don't use it, but I do live in the reality of, okay, there is this. If I get so accustomed to having everything perfect, I'm going to have a conniption fit when it's not. And that's not good. I need to, as an artist, I need to learn how to be better at even, like, the simple things than relying on technology to make everything super easy. I think that, again, takes away from the artistry itself. Okay, she's got very honey colored eyes right now. We must go darker. I had to relax and move forward when it wasn't perfect. Yeah. I know what you mean. Yesterday, oh yeah, I'm doing the makeup for Into the Woods. So how did it go? How was it? How was it? Oh, I thought sometimes the imperfections make things more interesting. Yeah, I think that makes it more realistic and believable too. I know that I'm doing like a caricature, or pretty much all of my drawings are caricatures, but there still needs to be, in my opinion, an element of realism in it. And so I think the imperfections, like I've said this before, that when I'm painting or drawing and something's not exactly perfect, depending on what it is, I'm particular about my imperfections, as every artist is, that sometimes I will intentionally leave something imperfect because it makes it more real. Worked from 3:30 to 7:30 doing makeup nonstop. Wow. Wow. Girl, you earned your weekend. You earned your weekend. That's for sure. I think it also goes down to that thing, like, perfection is subjective, like, what perfection means to each person is d part of the love. Like, for example, this is not perfect. This is a crime against humanity that is just tearing me apart inside slowly as my insides are wrenched from We were doing so well. We were doing so well. Nomi just went live and Danny got a live stream starting about 20 minutes. That's true. Actually, I just see now I'm actually over time. I was fine. I got myself into the zone, which was always nice. But now it's like, oh, that's right. I have stuff I need to do. That's right. I have other artworks that I need to create as well. Boy, this always whenever I do this, I get to this part where there's no pupil, it's just like creepy, but you never want to do the black part until later, because then if you do want to do some blending and you accidentally touch the black ink, it will reignite the pigment and then draw into your other stuff. So you don't want to do that. I like her eyes, but they're still not brown enough. They're not they're too yellow. So I think I need to darken them a little bit. I like this kind of dark skin tone color. It helps a little bit. Oh my word. I was just trying not to say it, but she looks like she's staring into my soul. Yes, she does. She does. Oh my gosh. We're gonna get it one of these days, guys. We're gonna have a professional stream again. This is what happens when you upgrade, right? It kind of like makes your life better until it doesn't. Definitely keeps you humble. But yeah, looks like she's looking into my soul. She does. She looks like a creepy doll right now, like, are you afraid of the dark character? Are you afraid of the dark? Let me see something. I am going to send some of you because I have to work on this. I appreciate all of you hanging out with me. You guys are fantastic. I'm sending some of you over to Nomi there on Kick. Fantastic. I appreciate all of you. We got 21 people here, and that is crazy to me because I remember the days where, and no shade, but I remember the days where I had 5 to 8 people and it was fun and it was wonderful. And now it's like it's Friday morning and you have people like Geeks and Gamers going live right now, if I'm not mistaken. And there's 21 people watching here. And I appreciate that, especially as I'm muddling through this and my stream is a hot mess. I appreciate that, you guys, so much. Um, I appreciate you guys so much. So I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a better Friday than what I am having with my cameras. We're going to get it fixed. Thank you for hanging out with me. And we're going to try to get back to doing some more art. I know that I have been missing when it comes to streaming and stuff like that. I've been trying to sort out my priorities. I realized that I was getting really stressed out about things. And then when that happens, it's like, I don't want to do anything. And of course, that hurts the channel. And I don't want to I don't want to be that person where it's like I put all this effort and I hang out with you guys and like my memberships have been suffering and I'm just trying to put things out there and it's like no, maybe we just need to take a step back, kind of reevaluate where we are and then put our best face forward, right? So that's where I am right now. So you might see a little inconsistency from me right now because I'm trying to figure out how to be consistent with what I can do. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Be sure to hit the like button on your way out. And as always,
if I was watching this video, I would like it. I would like the video and I would probably subscribe because this is so thoroughly entertaining and also well